Alright, today we're going over CMBM. At the time of making my watch list in the morning, it was up 335% on the day. That was when it was priced at $2.68. We opened up around around like 244, 245. The plan on the day was the gap and crap. Wait 5 to 10 minutes for the pattern to form. And I was also looking to see if the low of day held up, and then I was going to possibly go long. And selling, going short when momentum changes based on the MACD. News with a NASDAQ delisting, that was from several days ago, I believe October 18th, around then. But today, this morning, we had some Starlink integration news. But I think the Starlink news was positive, but the NASDAQ delisting news was a negative factor. That's why I was thinking we could long on the Starlink news out of the gate and then short the backside, but it's not really what happened. So let's dive right into that. The first minute of market action, we halted. It actually took 62 seconds. We halted at 9:31.2. So, in 2 seconds. So after the 5-minute halt, we got all the I guess the open price was more around 226. I was wrong. That was the close price for this candle, so my mistake. We opened up at like 226, went down to the 220s, and then instantly halted up around the 240s. So my expectation or my thought process when the stock opened up from the halt was to go long if this 240 area held up as support, and then I was looking to go long into some further halts upward or just some upwards momentum before selling and going short. However, as soon as we opened up from the halt at 9:36, we opened up at around 240 and we slammed down hard to the 229 area, and then it halted immediately after that. I tried to get short 500 shares at 229, but I accidentally had it set to buy still because I was looking to buy right here out of the halt. So as it was giving me my trade confirmation window, I discarded that order because I did not want to go long. I probably would have been very upset if I did. And I tried to go short, and it was already halted by the time I was trying to execute my order, so I missed out on that entry. It was a 10-minute halt. That was very long, especially for being up almost 20 hours at that point on the day. We opened up from the halt around 210, price of 210, and then we slammed down below $2, down to a low of 183. And I was looking for the stock to rebound out of the halt up to the 229 area, but it instantly opened up and slammed down again. And at that point, I was looking for some upward momentum to risk off of this 225, 229 area from the previous halt close. I got 100 shares short at 195. I got, actually at 204 it was. My entire average on the position was 204, but I got 100 shares here at 9:53 a.m. 300 shares at 9:56, and 100 more at 9:57. I was using this area right here, the around 215 to 220 as my risk zone, so I was risking 20 cents a share on 500 shares, about $100. And as soon as we cracked below a day at 183, I covered 200 shares just to reduce my risk, so I would only be risking a $60 loss if that 220 level broke. And I locked in at 183 for the price, so roughly 40 bucks on that cover right there. I then sold or covered 150 more shares 10:14 a.m. around 163, 165 execution price for about another $35 roughly. 75 shares covered 10:25 a.m. around 170, and I exited the rest of the position, believe at the I think the 163 level down here. This exit right here, the 150 cover was at 170, not 163. That was the 163 was the last cover. All in all, the total profit on the trade was $151.25. I was looking to get out of the trade to go to bed for the night after working the night shift, and I'm glad I got out of my position. I was going to use the 180 level right here as a support and put a stop loss in and cover the rest of my shares, the 150 that I had left on, and I covered right here. And that would have got executed around 1050 as we started to trend upward, and it broke the high of day around 1:30 p.m. and then kind of skyrocketed up into the $4.20 range on the day before crashing down to $2.95 at market close. So this definitely will be interesting to look at tomorrow. I'm glad with the way I traded the position in the morning. A little bit upset that I missed my executions before that halt to the downward section, but I think I played the rest of the trade nicely. I could have been a little bit patient on my executions right here. I did like the 200 share cover to reduce risk, but I should have exited all 300 shares down in the 175, 160 range. Alrighty guys, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. If you do, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.